Hi, ArcfieldWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Wednesday morning, March 23rd. A rain event is coming to the Mid-Atlantic region and the northeastern part of the nation, primarily in the hours from late this afternoon through tomorrow night. There could be some residual rainfall, especially in the northeastern states, early Friday morning, but for the most part it's a late Wednesday through Thursday night type of rain event for the Mid-Atlantic region and the northeastern part of the nation. Yesterday there were more tornadoes, places like Louisiana and Mississippi. The day before that it was central and eastern Texas. There's still a threat for some strong to severe thunderstorms today, but certainly not quite as extensive as yesterday, not quite as a high probability for the severe weather today. This is the latest probability map from Noaa Storm Prediction Center for basically today, tonight, into early tomorrow. And again, 2 days ago we were dealing with central and eastern Texas. Yesterday was primarily Louisiana, Mississippi, into Alabama, and all of that is shifting a little bit to the east, but not quite as high of a probability, not quite of a severe weather threat today. Nonetheless, there can be some strong to severe thunderstorms this afternoon into tonight across southeastern states and really all the way up into the Ohio Valley. Well, let's take a look at last night's 0Z run of the operational version of the GFS. First, we're looking at 500 millibar height anomalies, and we'll talk about both the severe weather possibilities today and the rain event coming to the Mid-Atlantic and the northeastern part of the nation. We've been dealing with very strong upper level low over the central part of the nation. It's a slow mover. It's been just edging its way from west to east, and that's why the severe weather threat did not shift all that much in a 24-hour period. Again, Monday, primarily central and eastern Texas. Yesterday, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. And here is, as we begin the day here on Wednesday, still situated out over the middle part of the nation. It slowly moves to the north and east, and that is the reason why the next 24 hours or so, primarily the severe weather threat will be right in this region out ahead of it. Again, the southeastern part of the nation, the Ohio Valley, and then by later tomorrow into tomorrow night, right along the eastern seaboard. And this is also associated with the rain event coming to the Mid-Atlantic region, which could begin as early as 5 or 6 o'clock this evening in places like Philadelphia, maybe midday, early afternoon hours in D.C. And that threat, with the slow movement of the system, will continue right through a Thursday night and even into the day on Friday. Here we are all the way into Friday morning. Still a lot of upper level lows sitting over the eastern part of the nation and kind of a reinforcing shot here over the northern plains by the time we get to Friday morning. Let's move forward. This is associated with a cold blast that pushes into the Mid-Atlantic region this weekend and the northeastern part of the nation. And this is quite a significant cold blast here. We're talking about the likelihood for temperatures to fall to freezing or below freezing late Sunday night and again late Monday night in many of the suburban locations across the I-95 corridor region. Again, late Sunday night and again late Monday night, temperatures could fall to or below freezing in many parts of the Mid-Atlantic region and the northeastern states. Even an outside chance late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, temperatures drop to within a few degrees of the freezing mark. Any outdoor sensitive plants might have to be tended to, especially early part of next week. Here we are by Saturday, and that will cause a lot of instability in the atmosphere. Watch for scattered rain or snow showers during the day, during the night, Saturday night, even into the day on Sunday across the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. The best chance for snow will be in those interior, higher elevation locations just downstream from the Great Lakes. This is kind of a lake effect type of snowfall setting up for the upcoming weekend. Then we go into the Sunday time frame, and a lot of upper level lows situated here, and some of these pieces of energy could rotate back around into the Mid-Atlantic region, into the northeastern part of the nation. This is all the way into Monday morning. We're still dealing with a strong system set up over the northeastern part of the nation all the way as late as early part of next week. Now, in terms of temperatures, we've talked over the past couple of days about a clash of air masses with cold, dry air to the west and warm, humid air to the east down across the southern U.S., and that's one of the reasons why we had these severe weather outbreaks both on Monday in Texas and on Tuesday in Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. Here is kind of the clash zone as we begin the day on Wednesday. Right here is where kind of a frontal system exists. Colder than normal air to the west, warmer than normal air to the east. And we'll move forward here, and again, this possibility of strong to severe thunderstorms today, tonight, and tomorrow shifts to the east into the southeastern states, the Ohio Valley, and especially tomorrow along the eastern seaboard. Then we go into the late week time period. Here we go by Friday morning, and look at upstream here. Another colder than normal air mass diving into the northern plains, and that is on the way for the mid-Atlantic, for the Northeast, over the weekend, and especially for the early part of next week. We'll move forward here. We're colder than normal to begin the weekend, but the real cold air arrives maybe the second half of the upcoming weekend. Here we are by Saturday night and into Sunday morning, and look at these temperatures. Some 20 degrees or more below normal for this time of the year, the late stages of the month of March. The real core of the cold air relative to normal at this particular time come early Sunday over the Great Lakes, but again, a much colder than normal day spilling out over into the Mid-Atlantic region, the Northeast U.S., and it's sitting right on top of the region in terms of the core of that cold air blast come Monday morning. Again, temperatures very likely to go below freezing in many suburban locations north and west of D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, late Sunday night, early Monday morning, and again, late Monday night, early Tuesday morning. So pay attention to any outdoor sensitive plants that you may have planted over the past couple of weeks, which certainly were warmer than what we will be experiencing during the early part of next week. That cold air kind of sits around for a while. Here we are all the way into Tuesday, and we'll actually have to watch out for the possibility of some precipitation, maybe later Tuesday into Wednesday. Notice this kind of a clash zone area right here. We have the cold air right in this region and warmer than normal air here. There will be waves of low pressure moving along this kind of a frontal boundary zone during the early and middle part of next week. Again, this is the forecast map for Tuesday morning. We'll have to watch out with cold air in place. There's a possibility of some precipitation, for example, later Tuesday into Wednesday, and with that cold air in place, it certainly can fall as snow in some parts of the Mid-Atlantic region and the northeastern part of the nation. Well, let's take a look at the surface forecast maps, again using the 0Z run of the GFS. By the way, these maps from tropicaltidbits.com. First of all, there is a flow of air here out of the south along the eastern seaboard. This brings a lot of humidity into the southeastern states, and that contributes to the possibility in this region later today and tonight for some strong to severe thunderstorm activity. Notice also to the north and west of that low pressure system, there's quite a bit of cold air in place, snowfall, accumulating snow across parts of the upper Midwest. The rain really arrives DC area this afternoon and probably not into Philly or New York City until early tonight. Once it becomes established in the overnight hours, the threat will exist because of a secondary low that starts to form off the Mid-Atlantic coastline later tomorrow. You can see kind of enhances the precipitation between tomorrow evening and late tomorrow night. Right here, it kind of builds back into the Mid-Atlantic region. Again, that's with a secondary low, the initial low remaining over the northern part of the Great Lakes, and a secondary forms off the coastline on Thursday. That extends the period of rain coming to the Mid-Atlantic region, the northeastern part of the nation, from again later today all the way through tomorrow night, and in much of the northeastern part of the nation into the morning hours on Friday. Here we are Friday morning, still raining parts of New England and northern New England. Not only snow, but accumulating snow, places like upstate Maine, maybe northern Vermont and New Hampshire. Cold air starts to filter in on Friday into the Mid-Atlantic region, but the real cold blast arrives on Saturday right here. And again, we talked about up front possibility of some lake effect type snows. What you're seeing here are snow bands coming off Lake Erie, Lake Huron, Lake Ontario, this whole area over the eastern and central part of the Great Lakes. Lake effect snow event coming this week. You kind of see a little kinkiness in the isobar pattern here come Saturday morning, and this is kind of a secondary push of that cold air right in here. And on the heels of that frontal system, the lake effect snows will certainly be on the increase. So be on the lookout for that, especially interior, higher elevation locations of the Mid-Atlantic, Northeast U.S., places like West Virginia, Western Pennsylvania, upstate New York. Then we go farther into time, and you certainly can have a rain or even a snow shower spilling out over to the I-95 corridor region later Saturday into Saturday night. The winds will become quite persistent out of the north and west. The northwesterly wind will kick into gear later Saturday night, and continue on Sunday. Look at this. This is a very cold day for the latter stages of March, setting up for the Mid-Atlantic region with snow just downstream of the Great Lakes, strong northwest winds, high temperatures in D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, likely holding in the 40s, setting the stage again for below freezing conditions, at least in the suburbs, late Sunday night going into Monday morning, and again late Monday night going into Tuesday morning. And we talked about a little boundary zone starting to set up, and here we are by the time we get to Monday evening. Right here, there's kind of a frontal boundary zone setting up with warmer air out here, colder air out here, and there'll be kind of waves of energy, low pressure areas moving along that boundary zone. And we'll have to keep tabs on this possibility for precipitation to break out in the Mid-Atlantic region. Let's say right here as we get into late Tuesday night, going into the day on Wednesday. And again, there'll be quite a bit of cold air in place at this particular time across the Mid-Atlantic region, northeastern. So you can see some snow, ice. There's possibility. Again, we're talking late Tuesday going into Wednesday of next week. Something we'll have to monitor as precipitation could develop along that frontal boundary zone. So possibility for some strong to severe thunderstorms today, tonight, tomorrow. Southeast U.S., Ohio Valley, East Coast, especially for the East Coast during the day tomorrow and tomorrow night. Then a cold blast arrives in the Mid-Atlantic region, northeastern states over the upcoming weekend. Kind of becomes increasingly cold as we go through the upcoming weekend. And by the time we get to Sunday night and Monday night, watch out for below freezing temperatures in much of the Mid-Atlantic region and northeastern part of the nation. Then we'll have to watch out for the possibility of some precipitation breaking out, let's say Tuesday into Wednesday, in the northeastern quadrant of the nation. And again, this weekend, watch out for lake effect type snows. That's it for now. For ArcfieldWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.